Hi everybody, welcome to my first YouTube video. I am so excited. I've always wanted to do this and I have only really pushed myself. It took me 3 days to film, not 3 days to film this, but 3 days to get myself to film it because I was so nervous and I was scared that I was going to be like a total disaster mess. But I started doing it and I felt really great, so I think this is a thing for me. I'll be recreating my Year 12 formal look. I'm inserting a pic here of how I looked at my formal. Honestly, I hated it. I hated this look, I hated this dress, I hated basically everything about it. I didn't have this headband on, which I really wanted to wear actually. I didn't have these hoops because they're brand new and I just thought they worked really well with the dress. Yeah, I did have my shoes, which you'll see later on in this video. I'm really excited and I hope you guys are semi-excited. I really hope you guys have a good time and I miss all of my friends, so stay inside. Okay, so we're going to start with my skin. The day of my formal, we put like a really strong emphasis on skincare products because it's the best way to reduce like oiliness and makeup coming off throughout the day, and obviously this was like a huge day for me, so I didn't want anything to move. I didn't want to like anything to be imperfect in any way. So we used a really lovely cleanser and a really good toner. We used the Green Martian toner, I think it was, and then a cleanser from Drunk Elephant. And so I was getting my makeup done for formal, but done in Mecca, and I did that so I could own the products. So they have a really lovely thing where the amount of money that you spend getting your makeup done, you can redeem in products. So I got a new haul of amazing products. I literally still have like a few of them with me right now. But yeah, so I just toned my face using a witch hazel toner. Obviously not as fancy as the one I used on formal, but this is just my normal everyday toner. So with priming, my nose and my forehead have now, later in life, started to get a bit oily. So I'm going to be priming that with the super matte primer. I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Blurring Primer, and it's like a brand new one, so we'll see how that goes. I am still testing it at the moment. And yeah, just put that, I'm just putting it on the places that get really oily. If you get really oily everywhere, probably put it on your whole face. But I'm going to be putting a luminous primer on the rest of my face. So yeah, even just putting that on, I can feel so matte. It's so, like, such a weird feeling, because I'm just not used to having like matte makeup, but like looking a bit glowy, a bit dewy. The rest of my face, I'm just going to be using a strobe cream by MAC, and it's just the one without any tint to it, and just not a lot of it, just enough so we have like an underlying glow, because we all want to look, I don't know, fresh or something. So that's that done. And then I'm starting with my foundation now. So I'm going to be using my Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation. So they have two foundations. There's a matte one, which is this one. And then they have like a really, how do you say this? Buildable and light foundation, which just isn't me. I like wearing like a full coverage. I like looking like I have a face on when I have a face on. Unfortunately my pump isn't quite working from this, so what I've been doing is unscrewing the lid and just like dabbing it on my face like so, and then blending out from there. So I've got that, I've got like a pretty even layer across my face. Now this foundation does apply better when it's applied to the beauty blender, but I am a brush girl, so what I do is go through with a stippling brush and just evenly make sure everything's distributed across my face. I use my Zoeva brushes, love them to death. Okay, and so now my beauty blender is damp and ready to go, and we're just going to go ahead and blend my entire face out. And this is a long and tiring process, but it is worth it because at the end you're like, wow, how is this even me? Or hopefully. Or maybe not like that, maybe you're like, oh my god, it always looks so flawless. So just getting onto here. And yeah, perfect. So we'll move on to concealer now. So I'll be using the Laura Mercier Ultra Longwear Concealer. It's in the shade 4N, which is significantly lighter than the shade that I was supposed to wear. But I found that it looks better. It's not significantly lighter because the Too Faced concealer that I wear is heaps lighter than this. So I'll just show you what they... They're just like completely different undertones. So that's the Too Faced one and that's the Laura Mercier one. And so this is the one I'll be using today. It's a bit more natural. This one's gonna look a bit more, wow, you have like a really bright under eye. So we just go in like this and down a bit. Just dab like yeah. And so I just used the residual what's left of the Beauty Blender to kind of put some here and on top of, in the middle of my forehead, just to brighten up these places as well, but to make sure it's like properly blended into the foundation and it's not like super drastically light. And so now I'm going to set my under eye. Obviously, if you haven't guessed, I'm using Laura Mercier again. I'm using their translucent powder, the loose setting powder, and just so yeah, I'm quickly going to just brush a bit on and set it just before I bake. On this side. Doing my chin. I always do my chin just because you touch your chin a lot, and obviously no one should be touching their faces right now, but it rubs onto the back of your hand. You like rest your hand on your chin, so that's why I always do that. And I found, and a few of my friends have found, that this foundation tends to slip off of your nose, and while I have put on a matte primer on my nose, I'm just gonna dab under so it looks like I've sniffed a ton of coke. And so one of the main reasons why I got my makeup done the day of my formal was because I sucked at applying eyeshadow. I have gotten significantly better since, thank God. And so I'll be doing like a very pink look, which is my go-to for my eyes today. And yeah, I'll be using the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette and maybe their Artistry palette. We'll see how we go. Yeah, for the pinky tones. This is also the stage in my makeup where I always remember to reapply lip balm, because you don't want to get to doing your lips and realize you're really dry and it's not gonna look nice. So okay, time for eyeshadow. So I'm going for a really basic pink look today, not anything spectacular, not anything super multi-toned either. And so I'm using, it literally doesn't, so yeah, it's the Artistry palette from Morphe, the 35B Color Burst. This is the palette that everyone used for colors before the James Charles palette came out, which I do have as well, but it doesn't have this really pretty shade right here, which I just feel like is one of the prettiest pinks I've ever come across doing my makeup. And then it's just also got some really lovely colors. The James Charles pinks are lovely. It's just really electric, and so I don't think I want to go for that right now. So yeah, we'll just start blending. I'm gonna start with a lighter toned pink and just lay down a base for my eye. And so now I'm just going in with that darker pink that I showed you. It's not really dark, but you know what I mean. Just tap. Blend up. And so it's not really like a full-on look, but yes, you get the point. It's just a subtle pink to emphasize my eyes, because I just feel like brown eyes look really nice with pink eyeshadow, or I just like it in any excuse to wear pink eyeshadow. And so one of the reasons why I do my eyeshadow while my under eye is baking is so there is less fallout on my actual foundation or my concealed under eye. And so when I brush away the powder, all of this stuff will go with it. Which I just find is a really handy technique, and if you tend to bake, it's just a really good time to do your eyeshadow as well while you wait for it to settle in instead of just doing nothing. And so now's the point where I will curl my lashes. I'm just going to do that in the mirror because I'm scared to do it looking into the camera. And so now we're going to be using a glitter from the Jack and Hill palette. And it is probably my favorite. You can see it's super dirty because I use it all the time. But yes, so this glitter right here is probably my favorite rose gold glitter of all time ever. It's just so pretty and gorgeous and stunning, and just everything I want a rose gold to be. Some rose golds tend to be like a really lighty color. This one's like actual gold mixed with actual pink pigment, which is why I like it so much. So I normally apply with my middle finger, just dipped straight into the pan, and we'll go from there. And I'll just do that in the mirror as well. I'm only going to be glittering the inner corner of my eye, not the middle bit. I just find because I have really chinky small eyes that sometimes if I put glitter in the middle, it just kind of drags my whole face down. And so yeah, that's glitter done. I'll probably do a couple of touch-ups, make sure it's really, really bright and pretty. But yeah, that's basically my eye done. I'll just go ahead and do the other eye really fast, and then I'll meet you back here for my eyebrows. Now I'm just doing my eyebrows. I'm not going to do a lot to them, just going to fill in. As you can see, this part is significantly lighter, give it a bit of shape and a bit of arch. And so what I tend to do is I draw a line along here, which I'll do and then come back, which you can see already looks so much more defined. And then I just draw the curve the way I want it to go and the front the way I want it to go. And so my eyebrows haven't been done in like a significant amount of time. I think it's almost been a month and a half maybe. And so it is a bit, how's it going? So I can only get it as well as I'm going to get it. And so I'll just do the other eyebrow and then I'll show you how I blend it in, which is a bit also how's it going. It's not that great, but it gets the job done, and so I'm not gonna complain. And so yeah, I've done both of them. My eyebrows are shaped differently because my face isn't entirely symmetrical, and so they more flatter the side of the shape that they're on. And so what I do is get a spoolie. This one is just a little one that I nabbed from Mecca. And then I just go in and blend those harsh lines out. Harsh, haha. Now my eyebrows are really dark, I have no lashes, and my lips are really pale, so I look kind of like a monster, which is what my mum says when I get to this stage of my makeup. So now's the time that I'm going to brush away all the fallout and this bake and make myself have a normal nose. Then I'm just going to go through and put a light layer of powder on the rest of my face. Today would be the worst day for my makeup to come out patchy, so let's fingers crossed that doesn't happen. And so yeah, now we're just going to use what's left over of the loose setting powder. I know some people tend to have a different powder that they use on the rest of their face, and if I did, there's some pressed powders that I do really like, but I find that this works just as well for me because obviously I'm not going for a really matte look, and I put on a ton of sprays to even out my face and melt my makeup together. I used to contour, I don't anymore, because I bought this bronzer which is significantly darker than what I normally used to wear, and so I don't find that I need to contour anymore, and I need to go really light with my bronzer so I don't end up looking like a completely different skin tone and, you know, messing everything up. So yeah, you can see myself getting a jawline already. It does look really patchy on this side. I'm hoping it's just the sun. If not, I'll fix it in a second. So yeah, just along and under my cheekbone. And so this is the Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess bronzer, and it's really beautiful. This is number 4 deep. I honestly have used 2 before, so this is a significant jump out of what I was thinking when I bought it. And just look what it is. Normally I'd use MAC Fix Plus to spray my face. This isn't to set it, this is just to meld the powders and meld everything together so it looks a bit more cohesive. Looks a bit more cohesive. But unfortunately I only have this much MAC Fix Plus left. And so I don't want to use it on makeup that I'm literally just wearing in the house. So I'm going to use this Australis finishing setting spray situation. I find that it doesn't set my face at all. It does hydrate my face really well, which is exactly what we're kind of going for. I've also used the Mario Rose Spray, which I'm sure everyone has, on my face at this stage for also the same effect. So yeah, just gonna do that now. And just a bit more. So yeah, now I'm just gonna wait for that to dry. Normally I use a fan, but I don't see it at the moment, so I'm using palette. Oh my god. And so yeah, I do like, this is probably one of my favourite stages of my look. Just because I feel like it's finally starting to all come together. What we can do now is start with my mascara. I did curl my eyes, I curled my eyelashes before I put the glitter on. So that's when I tend to do that because I normally forget to do it before my makeup. So yeah, so my eyelashes should be ready to go. This is the Stila Huge Extreme Lash Mascara, and it is my favourite all-time mascara ever. Better than Sex, and I did try the Too Faced new Damn Girl mascara, which I do really like. I think it's a really lovely, I love the packaging and I love the brush. It's just, I just find it's not as good as my Stila one. So yeah, just gonna put that on. We'll see if I can do it into the camera. If I can't, I'll do it into the mirror. But yeah. Okay, that's way too trippy. I'm just gonna do it into the mirror. So now we're on to my blush. I love blush. I feel like it completely makes you look youthful and pretty and just, you know, like a person. But my all-time favorite blush is from the Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop palette. I know I said Jaclyn a lot today. I guess I really like her roses. She just does them really well. And so this palette is iconic. Anyone who doesn't know it, you should know it. It's so beautiful. I honestly am so sad that you can't get this whole thing as a pack anymore. I think it's called Pamplemousse, I think. It's a really pretty color. It looks amazing. I need to check if Becca still makes this. And then I get the middle, which is a bronzer called Amaretto, and so I just grab a bit of that and just sweep it into the middle section so it looks a bit blended. And the places that I do like to highlight on my face are my inner corner and under my, like along my brow bone. So we'll just go and do that now. I used to be obsessed with highlighting on my nose, and I just don't feel like it today, so that's not happening. Okay, so now the only thing left is my lips. So the day of my formal, we picked like a nudie shade that I have right here, which is just like a really lovely milk chocolate shade. But I'm just not someone who wears nudes that often. And so I felt really weird in it, and then we put on like this purple berry shade, and to be honest, looking back, I don't love it. So we'll see how this pink lipstick looks. And so I have two shades that I'm tossing in between. This is Do Me Baby, and it's a velvet matte lip color. And then we have Afghan Red, which I just think is probably my favorite color at the moment. So yeah, that's what they are. That's Afghan Red and that's Do Me Baby. I go with Afghan Red. Okay, so that's makeup done. Pretty happy with how everything has turned out. With my hair on the day of my formal, I was really self-conscious about my neck. As you can, like, maybe you can see, there's a bit of like a color difference. I don't know, it's like darker around my neck, and so I used to hate that when I was in high school, and I just didn't want it to bring any, like, I didn't want to bring eyes towards it. I didn't want people to realize that it was there, and so I didn't want to have my hair up, even though I personally thought that the dress I was wearing would look better with a hair up hairdo. I had my hair half up, half down, and so I don't know if I want to recreate that, because I'm not as upset about having this little discoloration here. So I'm just gonna do a half, I don't think a half up look will look nice, so I'm just gonna do a bun. Maybe I'm trying to think if I should do like a really high one or a low one. There were a couple of things that I didn't end up doing on the day of my formal that I wish I did, so we're just gonna recreate that today. And I have like a really lovely pair of hoop earrings here that I just want to wear because I think they'll just go so beautifully with the dress. So yeah, that's another reason to have my hair up so it doesn't get caught in it. So yeah, I'm going to come back to you guys with my hair done and the dress on, and then we can do jewelry from there. Okay, so I'm back-ish. You can see the top of the dress. It's really pretty and I don't hate it as much as I did when I was 17. And my hair is done. I've got like this little metallic rose gold flower crown in. And so now all that's really left is these earrings that I love. So earrings are on, dress is on. My favorite part about my formal look when I did wear it was and always will be my shoes. They're iconic, they're beautiful, they're stunning. I could actually go on about these shoes for ages, and since it's my video I can. So I love the shape, I love how it just curves, I love the dime, like the sequins. Obviously it's rose gold. I was and still am obsessed with rose gold. So yeah, these shoes need to be with the dress, or shoes of this height need to go with the dress, just because it is dragging on the floor a bit and it's obviously not supposed to do that. Okay, I'm just gonna put on my rings, my bracelets, and then we're basically done. We're so close, and then I can show you the entire finished, completed look, and I'm so excited because I wish I looked like this at my actual formal. So, welcome to this mess. It's going to be a journey, but I actually really enjoy filming these, and so we'll see how long I can do it for. But I'm in self-isolation and there really is nothing else to do. Shout out to Kasey, she's the love of my life, an angel, a yellow wearing queen. She has edited this entire thing, which is something that I was never able to do, which is why this whole thing turned out as great as it has. So this is her Insta and her TikTok and whatever else she wants to put up here, because it's her baby as much as it is mine. So yeah, thank you Kasey, love you. And thank you to everyone for watching, and I love you all as well.